Let's head over to New Caledonia for today's antique weapon. I'm going to call it a weapon because it's definitely a war club, although it's probably more ceremonial in nature. These islands are controlled by the French now, but they were discovered, quote-unquote discovered, by the British, by the famous Captain James Cook, no less, on his second voyage to that part of the world. And what the English and French encountered were chiefs holding weapons like the one seen here. This is a bird head club. In the native language, it's something like a Parawara Maro. And these are highly valued antiques. They're pretty rare. It wasn't, not a large population base that made them, and they were fairly rare even amongst that population because this was a sign of wealth and rank, which is why chiefs would often have them. So we're pretty lucky to be looking at this one. That's one thing, too, when it comes to antique weapons, you have pictures, like you can find photos of this online from the Met, prestigious museums or auction houses, but you almost never see detail and video. So anyway, one of the reasons I started this channel. The bird head configuration is interesting. Definitely makes us think of some traditional African weapons. A little up-close detail for you to see here, but yeah, very similar tradition from a totally different part of the world because we're in the South Pacific here. And something noteworthy when it comes to all that is that there are no birds with long pointy beaks on New Caledonia. And this was a very isolated culture, so how did they come upon this design? We don't know. Maybe that ties into why these were highly prized objects in the indigenous culture. Don't know. So it probably wasn't meant to be used as a weapon. Certainly could be in a pinch, but if you were heading out to war, then the natives had other more suitable instruments that, wouldn't break off as easy. Think about that wooden tip. It concentrates the force, certainly, but it probably wouldn't survive the rigors of battle very well either. Anyway, fascinating little item and or weapon, and if you ever see one going forward in a book or, wherever, you will instantly recognize it. Thanks a lot.